Alright guys, this is pretty much my 100 subscribers special. If you have ideas how I could have made the special better, let me know in the comments. But I got a little surprise at the end of the video. But one of my best videos is actually, or one of my popular videos is a haul I did, Army surplus stuff. I was actually just happened to be at a thrift shop nearby, and I came across these finds right here. This is my Army surplus thrift store haul. I found this right here. This is, I mistakenly thought it was Romanian at first, but I'm pretty sure it's Czechoslovakian. Okay, army jacket. Okay, it looks like it's authentic. Let me see. Yeah, let me see if I can get that zoom in better. There you go. Yep, we even got a year, 1997, huh? Okay. It's pretty neat though. It's got some like BDU style pockets, but we got Velcro on it. It does have like the Raider cut, is that what it's called? Where you got the pockets on the shoulder, but you still got pockets on the top and the bottom. Usually, I think in the American uniforms, if they did a Raider modification, they would have took the bottom pocket off and sewn it onto the side, and that's when we're talking about like 90s. Nowadays they have the pockets already on there, right? But if you guys aren't subscribed to Uniform History, you can kind of get details like that from that channel if you're interested. But both sides have a arm pocket. Okay, and like I said, you still have both pockets up front. So yeah, I thought it was a great find. I also found this. Now got a little wrinkled because I left it in the bag for a few days after I bought it. But first of all, back on the jacket, it felt like it was a little pricey for a thrift store. This was getting pricey. Talking about thrift shops, well, this is for the jacket. It's $15.99. If you've never been to a thrift shop, I mean, you should go. I started going since I was 10 years old, and I've been finding all sorts of neat things for like ridiculously cheap prices for the type of item, you know. And it's like, when I was young, things were cheaper. Some these thrift stores getting a little more expensive, but still, it's cheaper than most times it's cheaper than what you would pay for a real thing. I mean, pretty much all the time. But let me know if you have a different experience. I have found, and it's rare. Some of the rare things I found when I was young, like I said, let me tell a story. And it's kind of a story from my 100 subscriber special. Going a little more in depth. I'll go into the bag in a minute, but I've been going since I was 10 years old. And the reason I say 10 years old is because I was in the Boy Scouts, and when we're in the Scouts, they would tell our parents, you know, because we weren't from wealthy background, they'll tell us, hey, just go to the thrift shops. There's plenty of old uniforms in the Boy Scouts that are donated from people, you know, who don't need them no more and stuff like that. So I started going to thrift shops for my family. I had no idea what they were. You know, a thrift store. My family didn't know they existed. It was like a place that we would just drive by, never knew. We had no idea what it was. Not sure why we didn't stop by. But basically, it's just like a big garage sale, and actually, just a lot of used stuff, right? And you find things that people throw out. It might be great, and it's usually very, very cheap. I used to get things when I was young for like 69 cents and stuff like that. Then they slowly went up to like $1.91. I don't know why the weird numbers, at least in my area, it was. Nowadays, everything's going up, right? But I did find this too. Wait. Back on the topic of things you can find. Well, we used to also get camping gear at thrift shops for the Boy Scout stuff. We would get. They would tell us, "Hey, go find Army surplus canteens and things like that. Army belt." Back then, the thrift stores had that. Thrift stores in my area don't have that no more. But it might just be because Army surplus in general is kind of like maybe dwindling and being held on to. I don't know. We used to find a lot of camping stuff like mess kits, Army canteens, Army belts. There used to be a whole section for that. Maybe just my area, but a lot of this was changed to just clothes. I don't know why. Not just purely clothes, but the other stuff's very minimal. But you still find your good items here and there. the few things that I thought I would never find that I actually found at a thrift store was some fencing gear, like like with the swords. I used to fence in college, and when I found out, I was like, wow, like that was the one thing I thought I would never find in a thrift store because I was going a lot throughout my life. By the time I was in college, I've been to thrift stores like I was kind of I used to go as a hobby basically. I go with family and we go every couple of days. Honestly, sometimes you go and there's the same stuff there, but always you keep digging, and you always see something, or you just walk by again, you see something you didn't see the first time. You got to be careful though. You could start getting a lot of things, right? And you got to get rid of stuff at your house too. I always donate back. That way, it's kind of like paying it forward. You're gonna give back to. I always think of it as helping a young kid like me. There's probably a young kid out there who finds something neat that he didn't, think he can get, and has found something cheap. It's not just a thrill of the hunt, but it's being able to get things that you wouldn't normally be able to afford. Especially when you're young. You're a kid, maybe your family's poor, stuff like that. I come from a poor background. No wrong saying that, but and I'm still honestly with the economy nowadays, I think we're all poor, right? But a comment below if you have a different opinion, right, or if you agree. But the two things I thought I would never find at a thrift shop was the fencing gear, which I actually wound up finding one day. Okay, and the second thing was foreign military camouflage. Now I used to go online and I used to do a lot of collecting of foreign military camouflage, even the stuff that didn't fit me, as long as I could get a piece. I used to buy it on Amazon and stuff, and then one day, I found this obviously just this time, and one day actually, and I'll show you in a minute. Maybe I'll show my collection for my 100 subscriber special, right? I'll do that in a minute. Let's stay on task. I want to show this little. I call it a bread bag. It was perfect. It was not wrinkled when I bought it. I shoved it in the bag and just left it there. My fault. I don't know. Like, honestly, usually I wash everything I get from a thrift shop. But it doesn't even feel like dusty or dirty. But I'm a little worried that this might get either loses color or damaged. I'm not sure. Maybe a hand wash. Maybe I'll do a hand wash. But I am not sure if this bag is Army surplus or not. If it is, it's probably like a European country or something. Some foreign military, because let me see. We got some kind of stamp there. I hope the focus is not. I can't tell what that is. I can't even tell that's English, honestly. Let me see. Yeah, I cannot make that out. Okay. Now I just thought of that. I mean, could also be like a Chi-Com thing. I think from the like Cold War Chinese type thing. I'm not sure. I mean, it could just be a good fake. There was an era or time where it seemed like it was popular for like a popular style to look Army surplus, and looks like they would make things that would look Army surplus but weren't really. But I kind of like this, regardless if it is or isn't. If you know what this is, and what country it's from, and what it's used for, let me know. I'm thinking either some kind of bread bag, haversack type thing, maybe even a gas mask holder, but gas mask bag. But I don't know. It's really thin, super lightweight, which is an advantage. Now the strap, like I said, I crumpled it up. My mistake. I'm sure with the humidity out here where I live, at some use, it'll straighten all out again. But the strap, it's cotton. It's a thinner cotton. I'm not sure if you know what it feels like. The whole. All right. Basically, right here, like I had an emergency alert. No, it was an Amber Alert coming, and it for some reason stopped. Like it kept recording, but the audio shut off. So what I was basically comparing this to was one of those bags for the M249. The cartridge boxes, like the cardboard box with the belt fed stuff in there. You ever seen those little baggies? They're real thin. They have a thin strap, and the canvas kind of thin. But this canvas is a bit thicker, but it's not thick canvas either. Okay, so that's what I was really comparing it to at this time. I'm trying to do a voiceover to figure out if I can recover this thing. I don't want to do it all over again. I had a very frustrating day. You'll see at the end of the video. But yeah, so I'm basically just talking about that, comparing to the M249 sack that holds the belt-fed machine gun. rounds. You know, it's like a cardboard in there or something. I right here I was showing you the little like it had sewn on edges, and even the bottom like it has like a little wall sewn in. So I wasn't sure if this was from another country. It definitely didn't look American to me. But or if it could just been some kind of fashion statement thing. I don't know. But it looks Army surplus. Might be a Chi-Com type. You know, during the Cold War type thing. That's what I was thinking. Don't know what else I was saying at this point. I do know that I stopped the video at some point and I restarted, and the volume wasn't working for the next one either. But eventually, I had some videos start working. Okay, so I guess there's an Amber Alert. It's gonna ruin your video, right? The buckles didn't seem very sturdy, like I said, but it could have been just not like American Army surplus from any era I know. But definitely could make sense for someone else. I want to use it for, and this I'm pretty sure this is the part where I start talking about what I want to use it for. I'm thinking I want to use it for when I'm hiking, you know. And I don't understand why I don't see that thing with modern backpackers. You would think that, you know, you don't want to put your backpack down, start digging and stuff. So you would, you know, wouldn't it make sense to have a haversack, kind of like armies have been doing for ages, right? Like they always had a haversack. It seemed like a bread bag. So, you know, I'm thinking like maybe I start carrying one like that in when I go hiking. I could just reach in there for whatever snacks, food, whatever. I don't have to take off my bag and dig in there. I think it's a great idea, and I don't understand why I don't see that in modern hiking equipment or people on YouTube. You know, they're hikers. They always have a backpack, but I never see them with something like a bread bag. The closest thing I maybe seen that, because I'm thinking maybe it could be something about weight distribution, but armies have been wearing these things for ages, and they're always on the march, right? So, I mean, maybe the closest thing I can think of maybe is people that have the like the chest rig pouches that I've seen kind of become popular lately, but I've only seen those popular with hunters mainly. I don't see too many hikers on YouTube wearing things like that. But that might kind of be an equivalent, right? But I don't know. I'm gonna try to use it. I don't think it'll be that bad of an issue. Now, what's $3.99? I got 30% off at the thrift store because it was orange color day. 30% off at this thrift store I go to. It was one color was 50% off. Orange was 30% off. I forgot what the other color was. I think it was green or something. Doesn't really matter. But if you don't know thrift stores, I was kind of reminding people here or letting them know how it works. Most of the time they want to get rid of stuff, so it's about they usually have one color off, 50% off. If they have two, they might have one color 50% off, one color for 30% off. You know, and usually it's your luck you go, because I was gonna buy that bag anyways, right? But it's the luck that I went, and it's the week they're trying to get rid of it, because I try not to go too often anymore because I don't want to collect too many things. I got a lot of stuff to deal with. But at this point, I don't remember what I was talking about here. But I am gonna promise to show you my collection of other things I found at thrift stores, because I have found Foreign Camouflage at thrift stores as well. Okay, now that bag was kind of a rare find, I think, too, as well as that. Foreign Camouflage is not something you find often as well. I mean, but it's possible. Okay. Now, going to my closet, I got a little off task here because came across, that's my redhead vest. Not Army surplus, not thrift store find. I bought that at Bass Pro Shop, but very good vest, very lightweight, and I use it a lot for traveling in place of a fanny pack. I made that like as a tip video. If you want to see, I have another channel called Grub Territory. It's kind of my family channel where I do traveling and stuff like that, and I made a video about that. If you want to know more about the vest and how I use it traveling, I mean, go check that video out. I have there my that's my jungle fatigue vitamin. Oh, and I did back up a little here because that's my that's a thrift store find right there. It did look Army surplus. I mean, it looked Army-ish, but it was an Army surplus. That's a reproduction Amazon by Vietnam jungle fatigue jacket. I was just showing that because it's kind of theme, but these are the thrift store finds here. I found British DPM at a thrift store, all this like in one pile. I bought it all, and at the time I had and it might be fitting me again now because I didn't whiz. I lost some weight, and man, those fit me too. To find Foreign Camouflage for a heftier guy like me that fits you, that's pretty good. But I think at the time I had lost some weight. I have lost some weight again recently, so you know, it might fit me again. That's actually a jacket. So I did find this pile of Desert DPM, and I'm pretty sure it's called DPM, right? Correct me in the chat if I don't. That's an actual jacket. The others were like button-up shirts, you know, like army shirts. That was a jacket. Probably could take a liner. And then, talking about Army Surplus, that's a thrift store buy. But some of you guys might recognize that. That's the PT uniform. Okay. Right there, I got the. That's not. I know it's not Army Surplus, but it's nice camouflage. Rain suit with the pant. That was another rain jacket there. I found that at a thrift store. I'm pretty sure that's Danish camouflage. I got a hat of that too, like a baseball cap. I found it at a gun show actually. Well, and right there, I think that's East German, right? Raindrop. Okay, so that was a thrift store find as well. You used to be able to find that a lot off and on. I don't see too much of that anymore. Here's where it gets really good. Let me see. All right, show us. Let me see. Okay, right there. That was an eBay find when I was collecting. It didn't fit me, but I wanted that piece. That's called, amongst collectors, called Scrambled Legs. That's an Egyptian camouflage from like the 80s, 90s. That right there is actually a thrift store find too, and that's an amazing piece because I knew what that was when I saw it. You might think it's just regular, what's it called, UCP or the digital camouflage, you know what I'm talking about? But it has brown in it because it's actually an experimental version that they were using during Afghanistan. They gave a very few units that camouflage. So that is a rare piece that somehow wound up at the thrift store and I found. So I thought that was amazing. Yeah, thrift store fine, 100%. So yeah, thrift stores are lately. Actually, I've been seeing more foreign camouflage thrift stores. I don't think I've seen them in the past. Unless in the past, you know, I wasn't really into it. I will pick those up anytime I find that, you know, an OG 107 type. And that's that I found online. Where I did a lot of research. I got a video on that. That's my Swedish M90 jacket. Great camo. But that's when I was trying to find pieces online as a collector. When I collect more, you know. Yeah, those were the videos, and I think started coming in. My 100 subscriber special. I went to Sam's Members Market. Some of you guys may recognize this. I bought a bunch of 9 volts. I know sometimes you can hear it in the background, right? You know what I'm talking about. I swear, I put batteries in, and it just doesn't work still. And it's hardwired. It's not like... yeah, there went, right? It's hardwired into the house. And I had a security company guy tell me that he still couldn't figure it out. And I have other smoke detectors that are actually hooked to my alarm system, like wirelessly, but these are like old ones, but they're physically hooked to the house with wires. I could show you. I don't know why it's not drawing power. And then when I put batteries in it, they just still beep. So I don't know what this gives. I even checked the batteries on a battery tester, and it still, you know, says it's a good battery. So I don't know what's going on. I had a few times where it would like be okay after, like, I keep shoving the same battery in and out, even though I keep testing it and it's working. And like it I don't know what I did different, but all of a sudden it'll stop work, like beeping. So I don't know if it's I honestly just gotten used to toning them out, because even when I finally get to work, they start beeping again. So maybe I should do something to cut it, right? I don't know. But I just toned it out, and I totally forgot that they were beeping sometimes, because even when I get to work, it starts beeping with like probably the next day or two. So the thought occurred to me though that maybe there's something wrong with the battery. So bought these batteries, brand new. I'm gonna give it a shot. I know some. Do they make alkaline 9 volts? This doesn't say alkaline. I don't know if they make 9 volts like that. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. And bear with me, you might still hear these in the videos, because I got a year's worth of videos in my phone still. Okay, I gotta work on this thing. This is what I'm talking about. It's hardwired into the house. Why would it be hardwired in the house and not be taking power from there? I don't understand. Okay, so I don't know if it's confused and still trying to get it from the wires and doesn't get it from the battery. I don't know. I'm gonna just change all the batteries. Maybe it was my batteries all these years. I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand too. They passed the battery test. Look, passes the battery test. I just put a fresh battery in there, so I don't understand. Okay. And still beeping. See? Okay, fresh battery in there. It passes the battery test. It's not blinking red. You'll hear a beep in a minute. There's the other one. There, see, that was that one. Green light. Okay, it would be red if it had an issue, right? I don't understand. I just put new batteries. I'm about to break this thing. Honestly, I can't even figure out which ones are beeping. And I wish that battery test thing would let me know which one's not working. I don't... They all work. I put new batteries. It's still beeping. I'm trying to think I just take it out of the wall somehow. I don't know. Okay. And I'm not even sure which one's beeping now. At this point. I just put a battery in this one. It's still beeping. It's a brand new battery. And I'm going that way. Brand new battery. I don't understand it. I just flipped the battery the other way now. There's no directions on there. It still beeps. But the test thing is working. It's working. But it's still beeping. Tell me what to do. So my theory is actually drawing power from the house. But like I said, the security guy just said he couldn't figure out how to get to the security system. He told me it was hardwired to the power. But I started thinking they weren't working because why is it beeping? I don't know. Maybe it's beeping because it has a battery issue. It's a backup. I don't know why it needs batteries if it's hardwired. It just beeped again. Alright, even with no battery, it's still green. Look, battery's out. It still works. I don't know why it keeps beeping. Okay, look. These are the ones that were in there. Not a dead battery. These are the ones I took out. Big one goes there. Not a dead battery. Still good. Still good. That's super good. Why were they beeping? Okay, I think I may have gotten it to get silent in here now. This is what I did. Put the battery in, then I pushed the test button. Maybe that reset it? I haven't heard a chime in a while. But I thought I heard one. Then I know for sure I heard one. But maybe that was the last chime? I don't know. It just designed to torment me. So the main problem is that it is getting power from the house. Did I hear it? I thought I heard one. It is getting power from the house. So when I try to use the test button or figure out which one's not working, it tells me it's working. So I can't figure out which one's not working. See, I got my security system. I have it covered with my security system. I have other ones. But these are the ones that are hardwired into the house. Okay? And it's like, if the dumb thing would just tell me which one is not working. I got the green light. That makes no sense. It even works even when I pull the battery out and I push the button. You saw that. So that's what's making it difficult. First off, figure out which one it is. And then, I'm gonna be honest with you, even the directions on where to turn the battery, how to put it in, I couldn't figure out if it was this way or that way. I thought I figured it out in the past. And we're working before. I don't know what happened. But, so I think I did get it. I don't think I heard a chime recently. See? I just saw some. If it's getting power from the house, why does it need batteries? Okay. And I think maybe an effective strategy would be just replace every single battery.